And I'm back with Volume 2 of the Richard Corben Artist Edition. This one covers the latter half of his career, with work from the 90s through his death in 2020. Lots of really cool Hellboy stuff in here, and lots of material from him starting to work for mainstream publishers, doing characters like Swamp Thing. And this section kicks off with something I loved finding. Kevin Eastman shared all of this production material for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 33 that Richard Corben did in collaboration with Jan Stranad. And so he shared Richard Corben's entire original synopsis, which I put here, as well as the full pencil mock-ups for the entire issue and photocopies of the original art for every page that was sent back and forth between Corben and Stranad, with all of these little notes about their ideas for the story and the ethical debate over giving a peg leg to one of the turtles, which is captured in this hilarious back of page note. So this is really neat, the whole issue broken down like this, and I had them all face with their pages. Just a really interesting insight into the collaborative process and his plotting process. Loved finding this stuff. And some colored pages. This is kind of neat. This is the colored page with the overlay for the line art and lettering, and then this is that broken apart, so you can kind of see how they would go on one another. To the best of my ability, I tried to reproduce everything as near to scale as possible. That's why I kept detailed notes on the actual sizes for each page. But that's why you'll notice some things like the Turtles color pages were much smaller. I love the art from this story, the Seed of the Sepulchre. Get into him starting to do work with Dark Horse, with some aliens. Richard Corben's Batman. So glad I got to include a page of that. This amazing cover for Alien. I actually found a ton of pages from Alien Alchemy. Not quite full story, but damn close. And so you can really see in this second volume the introduction of the computer into his work. You'll notice a lot less coloring. Not to say that he wasn't doing a ton of coloring in his work, but it was being done very differently. Managed to find some Hulk pages. I love his bizarre baby-faced Hulk. Reminds me of the child stories that he did for Warren about the giant Frankenstein with a child face. Get into some of his Swamp Thing. Sorry, I don't have a ton to say about these. Just letting you guys check out the art. But we get the introduction of Hellboy in Richard Corben's library. I was super happy with the number of Crooked Man pages I managed to dig up. And then these are some preliminary sketches for covers in the Crooked Man, which I kept facing with the finished cover on this page. Richard Corben's Conan work. Love to see it. That is it for the second volume of my DIY Richard Corben Artist's Edition. Hope you guys like the look of the books.